Hey, it is KlaireeBerry here with the Ada Cardano horoscope for the 1st of March through the 6th. Gonna give you a couple of bonus days, so technically through the 8th. So welcome to March. Today is the first day of March. What are we gonna do? You could already see it leveling off from yesterday, which is what I called if you watched the last Ada video. But let's get a little bit of underlying before we move any further. Okay, Vulture. Okay, so Ada's getting what is left behind this week, or better put, Ada is getting left behind. There's not a lot of the overall energy. That was great. That was sticking out. Put this over here as a little reminder. Now, just a disclaimer, I do love Ada, and I do think that super long term, it's a great project. But I'm going to remind you, if you have not seen the long-term yearly video for Cardano, please do yourself a favor and watch that video. We talk about how, well, maybe March, especially around March 14th or so, not going to be that great. There's good long-term energy, but there's big issues in the present time for Cardano, and that theme kind of goes through March. I'm going to have to do, each week as it comes, but overall, not really expecting anything great until April. So not to spoil the whole thing, you can still, dollar cost average in, and, if you're using your paychecks or whatever over the next few weeks, that's going to be a really smart thing to do. So not financial advice, but you can use these to help keep an eye out for when the days, the lowest days might be. So we buy the dips and hodl. Okay, so today on the 1st, nothing really going on. We've got general aspect of Sun sextile Uranus. So there could be some surprises in store. And in fact, I think the surprise might be good. I think we might do a little up and down and then eventually somehow take it up. Okay. So even despite what I said, there's still some goodness in here, and we're still able to kind of get some good out of this negative and use it for long-term learning experience, if you will. So on the 2nd, we do have some aspects specific to Cardano. We've got Mars in conjunct Venus and Venus in conjunct Natal Venus. So these are both, well, especially I think the Mars in conjunct Venus is a little bit better. It even might be too much energy, a peak. And definitely Venus in conjunct Venus has that peak energy, like doing good until you have a great drive until you don't. It could just be kind of sideways, not necessarily a peak, but putting these together and also combining them with the new moon, which is in the 7th house for Cardano of partnerships and people, or I guess you would say more like peers for Cardano, excuse me here. And we also have Mercury conjunct Saturn in the 6th house. There's going to be tweaks, there's going to be changes, and there's going to be things that, again, this is like a deep healing. When do we do our deep healing? We do our deep healing when we're down at the bottom, okay? So there's going to be issues, and I think overall, though, despite having all this being said, I think the day might be a little bit better. We might be a little bit in the green there, okay? Mainly, again, because of that Mercury in conjunct Venus. So, but it's kind of a chill, ride to get there. It's not going to be great. On the 3rd, we've got Sun conjunct natal Neptune. This is some chill energy, maybe down or sideways. We've got general aspects of Mars conjunct Pluto. Again, there's tweaks. There's some erratic energy here. This is 5th house energy, so we might see some fun and positive energy, but we've also got general aspect of Venus moving into Aquarius, which is going to be in the 6th house for the next few weeks or so, which, I don't really think is that great for crypto, to be quite honest. Being in Aquarius is great for crypto in general, but for Cardano here in the 6th house, the passion is going to be more about surviving rather than thriving. So for this day on the 3rd, I think it's going to be, you're going to see a downturn and then maybe kind of an upturn. You probably won't get too far regardless of what happens. Down or sideways is my ultimate prognosis there. Again, not a financial advisor. The 4th, nothing to speak of, nothing to go off of. This is kind of what it looks like. Pretty much sideways. Okay, for the 5th, we've got Mercury sextile natal Saturn, which is not that great of an aspect, I will warn you. But we do have the general aspect of Sun conjunct Jupiter in the seventh house. So you might see some positive news about partnerships or, something. And we also, today is a day where we have Mars and Venus both going into Aquarius. I think I wrote that down for the 3rd, but it's actually on the 5th. So there's some, erratic energy. I think it's going to be, again, not the best time period for, and not the best planets to be in here for Cardano in the 6th house, because it's about health. It's about hanging in there, revamping your health, and also like caring for others, doing those things that just need to be done to get by and to get back to a thriving point. But there's going to be issues in that, in kind of, again, the health of Cardano. But overall for the 5th, might not end up being too bad. Might be a little bit higher than we started out. The 6th, nothing specific, but we do have Venus conjunct Mars. This is kind of fresh start energy. It's kind of like I feel like there's some goodness in here somewhere, but I'm not sure where. The cards, it's just kind of like not so great. A little bit of a downward. Maybe the peak at the end, but really, the cards were not that, despite what we thought about that Venus conjunct Mars. Okay. Now, for your bonus days, the 7th might be kind of good. We've got Mercury conjunct North Node. There's still this energy, though, of like, okay, long-term bullish. People just don't get it. We have Sun sextile Pluto. There's a waited out energy. And again, kind of a go down to then, start over and transform energy, but it's weighted out. And we've got Mercury trine Jupiter, which is where the goodness comes from, I think, here. Okay, this is for the day. We've got good planning energy, good long-term energy. And for the 8th, we kind of have nothing going on, but kind of the same line is just what tarot decided to come across there. So we shall see. Let me know what you guys think. Your comments are appreciated. You can find me all over social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and Pinterest. Talk to you soon. Bye.